Today, we're uncovering the truth about 90s minimalism, not as a trend, but as a cultural reset that quietly shaped everything we now call quiet luxury. To understand it, we need to start with the collapse of an era. This wasn't just a fashion era, it was a cultural reset, a rebellion, a shift in psychology. And once you see the truth behind 90s minimalism, you'll understand why we are now obsessed with recreating it, and how embracing these principles can seriously upgrade your own energy. Welcome back to Golden It Girl, where glow-up psychology meets It Girl strategy. This video is part of my Quiet Luxury series where we explore the art of understated transformation, the kind that quietly commands attention, so hit subscribe and follow along for more. And before we jump into today's deep dive, I want to invite you into something that's going to shift your energy fast. I'm hosting a 7-day Golden Declutter Challenge, a simple, intentional reset for your space and your mind on my Substack. Just 15 minutes a day designed to make your home and your life feel lighter and more aligned with the woman you're becoming. Think of it as a 90s-inspired glow-up that will completely shift the energy of your space. If you want to jump in, the full challenge is linked in the description below. And if you're craving deeper structure and a full transformation, inside the Golden Vault, my paid subscriber community on Substack, I just released a new Vault exclusive, the 30-day Golden Reset. This 4-week guided reset is the expanded version of the 7-day challenge, and it's designed to take you deeper. Each week focuses on a core area of your life and creates a clear sense of progression. Together, these 4 weeks create a complete reset of your routines, your home, and your sense of self. If you want to go all in on your glow up, the link to the Golden Vault is below. Every month, I send one paid subscriber of the Golden Vault a $50 gift card towards something quietly luxurious, simply as a thank you for being a part of this community. It's my way of giving back to the women who make this space possible. The link is below in the description. Okay, let's dive into it. To understand the 90s, we have to rewind. The 1980s were a decade of excess. Big hair, big shoulder pads, big logos, and big egos. It was look at me culture turned all the way up, where people wore their success, or at least the illusion of it, like a costume. Material wealth became a performance. Then the early 90s recession hit, and with it came a massive cultural mood swing. Suddenly, the loud, neon-soaked aesthetic felt out of touch. People were craving calm, substance, restraint, and clarity. Instead of wearing status, the new status symbol became not needing to prove anything at all. That's where 90s minimalism was born. At its core, 90s minimalism wasn't about owning less. It was about needing less to express who you are. Clean silhouettes, neutral palettes, precise tailoring, undone hair, and bare skin became the new markers of confidence. It was confidence without ornament. And that ethos is exactly where the modern idea of quiet luxury gets its DNA. And then came Kate Moss, the face of the shift. In a world that worshipped glamour, she appeared like a whisper. Her entire look communicated, I don't need sequins, I don't need volume, and I don't need theatrics, I am the moment. Her heroin chic aesthetic was controversial, but stylistically, she embodied everything the 90s stood for. She gravitated toward neutral tones, simple silhouettes, boyish cuts, slip dresses, and perfect denim, all paired with an unbothered energy that defined the decade. Kate didn't dress to impress. She dressed to express an attitude. For her, minimalism wasn't just a style. It was confidence, rebellion, and the purest form of cool. If Kate Moss was the face of the movement, Calvin Klein was its architect. The brand stripped everything down to its purest elements. Clean lines, bare skin, white tank tops, simple jeans, black and white photography, and an understated sensuality that felt both raw and refined. They made a basic cotton tank top aspirational and turned a pair of jeans into a luxury item. Their campaigns didn't scream for your attention. They quietly lured it in. This is where quiet luxury was truly born. Quiet luxury didn't start in 2023. It started here. Meanwhile, the supermodels, Naomi, Cindy, Christy, and Linda, redefined what power dressing looked like. They weren't dripping in logos or drowning in trends. Instead, they wore sharp tailoring, bias-cut dresses, clean makeup, and silhouettes that were precise and intentional. Minimalism didn't make them fade into the background. It allowed them to dominate the room without needing decoration. Naomi Campbell in a simple slip dress was stronger than any logo could ever be. The supermodels made minimalism glamorous and deeply aspirational. They taught us that when the woman herself is magnetic, the clothes don't need to be loud. Minimalism wasn't an accident. It was engineered by some of the greatest creative minds in fashion history. Helmut Lang was the king of industrial minimalism. He used nylon, straps, and deconstruction to create pieces that felt like quiet rebellion. Donna Karan became the queen of sleek power. She understood the working woman better than anyone and designed fluid, body-skimming pieces that said, "I run the show." Her clothes were confident, sensual, and made for women in motion. Jil Sander mastered the art of purity. Her work was defined by precise tailoring, clean lines, and fabrics that whispered wealth rather than flaunting it. Then there are the Olsens, Mary-Kate and Ashley, who distilled the entire 90s aesthetic into a modern legacy through their brand, The Row. The Row represents minimalism at its most luxurious, with triple-lined coats, perfectly tailored trousers, a complete absence of logos, and an unwavering commitment to quality. It stands as the spiritual successor to 90s minimalism, elevated with a modern, if you know, price point. Their brand proves one thing: minimalism never went out of style. It simply graduated. The Row is the natural evolution of everything the 90s pioneered. Gen Z isn't obsessed with the 90s because of nostalgia. They're drawn to the decade because it offers what their world is missing. The 90s embodied simplicity in a chaotic digital era, longevity in a throwaway trend cycle, and aesthetic intelligence in a world drowning in endless options. This generation is growing up surrounded by digital noise, constant overconsumption, and nonstop content, so the 90s represent the opposite: intentionality, simplicity, and timelessness. Gen Z doesn't want more, they want meaning. They're returning to great denim, clean tailoring, slip dresses, perfect white tank tops, slick buns, and elevated neutral palettes. They're craving the aesthetic wealth the 90s perfected: calm, confidence, clarity, and a sense of self-ownership. They're not copying the 90s, they're returning to a blueprint their era desperately needs. So here's the real truth behind 90s minimalism. It wasn't a trend at all. It was a cultural correction, a collective exhale after a decade of excess, and a shift that turned quiet confidence into the new status symbol. It showed us that true power doesn't come from loud embellishments or flashy logos, but from a woman who knows herself so well, she doesn't need visual noise to make an impact. Take the Quiet Luxury Archetype quiz on my Substack to discover which archetype you embody and learn how to express it through your wardrobe, rituals, and rhythm. When you live your archetype fully, everything around you starts to rise to meet your energy. And if you're ready to go even deeper, inside the Golden Vault, my paid subscriber community on Substack, I just published a new premium article, The Quiet Luxury Archetype Guide: How to Live Your Archetype. It's an in-depth companion to this video, showing you how to build habits, routines, and environments that reflect your personal, quiet luxury energy from the inside out. When you join the Golden Vault, you'll also receive a premium welcome gift, the Soft Reset ebook, your 7-day guide to realignment and glow up from the inside out. You can find it at the link in my bio, or go to goldenitgirl.com, where I've also curated this season's style, beauty, and It Girl essentials. Thanks for watching Golden It Girl. If you liked this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and send it to your bestie. And as always, keep growing and glowing, and I'll see you inside the Golden Vault.